All right, awesome. So, Josele from Mexico City, how you doing?
I'm doing very well, discovering something very new that it has been in my dreams for many months or maybe even many years.
Awesome. So we met in Nashville. Actually, we didn't met personally, but we had a stall at the Bitcoin conference in Nashville
Yep,
a couple of weeks ago.
yep,
And you met Sebastian, I think Tyler as well. And
yes.
we introduced you to the system. We did a couple of live demos probably there. And then you ended up joining the program, right?
Yeah, it was Sebastian explained to me sort of how this is working, but it's very hard to understand how the program works. But the concept, and I'm a miner, I have been a miner
Okay.
for Bitcoin for many years. And the thing that just sold me, Sebastian said, well, the Bitcoin that you're making for mining, what are you doing with it? And I say, well, it's in cold storage. He says, well, you can put that to work without actually selling it. And when he said that, I said, you know what? I want to give this a try. And it's become much more than that. Now that I understand what it does, it really has turned around my outlook into what robots can do nowadays, and my financial outlook has really turned around, Costas. I'm really grateful to Minotaur.
Awesome. So yeah, that's so a bit about your background. So you've been doing crypto mining for a long time. Have you ever traded before? Have you had experience without how does this compare to what you've done in the past?
Yeah, I have traded. I started in crypto back in 2012 or 2013, and how I started was trading, really trading and huddling a little bit. But I was trading a little bit here and there, and then I went into day trading, which
Yeah.
in crypto is not day trading. It's 24 hours a day, so it's impossible. You don't sleep.
Yeah.
And then I stopped that and just started mining because really my time and my sleep and my peace of mind was so much easier just mining. Your machines are working and they're
Yeah.
producing crypto. And of course, it's not as much as you could make if you're doing some trading, but
Yeah.
the risk is pretty low. So I
Yeah.
came back to scalping at the beginning of this year, and really more than day trading, I was really scalping.
Yeah.
Uh, I went into a lot of programs. I use a lot of graphics, and your mind works a lot, and you see a lot of what I say is you see a lot of lines, and that's really what's going to tell you what the market's going to do. But at the end of the day, your emotions get
Yeah.
into your buying and your selling. And Minotaur's program takes absolutely that away. I've been watching it like a hawk for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And honestly, we had almost like a Black Monday a week ago.
Yeah.
And I was trading. I started that day trading. And in one screen, I was watching what the program was doing, and I was doing my own thing. And I'll be honest, I was lucky. I was out of a trade when the market just fell Sunday night.
Yeah.
So I was out of it and I just stood and watched the program, and I was saying, well, the indices that I am looking at, the program is buying, so maybe it's okay. But then the second time he bought, I'm like, that's too much. Let's back up. But but I'm gonna let it do its thing. And then he bought a third time, and then he bought a fourth time. And I turned around and went for coffee. I said, that's it. I'm gonna let it do its thing, and I'm gonna lose a lot of money, but it's trial and error. And guess what? Later that day, by lunchtime, my time, I had made money on a Black Monday. It was unbelievable. And that's just because your emotions are not involved.
Correct.
Well, I mean, easy for me to say, but obviously all the programming that went into
Yeah.
it is what took advantage of that situation.
So you've never seen it. You've never seen something like that before executed in that way, right?
I had not. I had watched bots trade, and I had used bots to trade before. Basically, just grid bots, and you watch them do their thing, and yeah, it's easy enough. But when the market takes a turn like that, nothing that I had ever seen
Yeah.
would have been able to make money. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, and for people watching this, this is when the Japanese yen against the Australian dollar crashed and
Exactly.
created a huge crash. And maybe bring up your screen And let's just have a look. Just talk us through. Like, I don't know if that's probably a little bit too far back because we're running on a 1 minute. You might not be able to scroll, but we can just have a look at the trades that we're currently in, because I think the market had a bit of a retracement overnight, and we can just see how it's kind of working, and maybe you can talk us through what's going on.
Yeah, see, we can see like right here, there's a buy that it's almost right at the bottom of the market. This is and another here, and it's almost at the bottom of this market.
Yeah,
So, this is where I personally may have timed something in here. Maybe I would have caught something in here. But look at this buys. One, two, three buys on the way down. There's I don't know a human that can do this fine, and not throw the computer out the window on the fourth one, because you're losing. I call it chasing a football down a ramp.
correct.
You're chasing that prize, and emotions get the better of you.
Yeah,
Eventually you would have sold right about there. So that's what the program is so amazing to do, and to watch it do this, which is similar to what it did on that Black Monday that I called.
yeah,
Um, and then he just waits a little bit and makes a sale with a profit without it being months ahead of
correct.
waiting time.
So that's that yellow line is what we're doing there. We can see it kind of getting lower. That's the weighted average price, which is what we're basically drawing down. And then the green line on top of that is our take profit. So we can see
Mhm.
that we're able to buy in at a much higher price, and then we're going to be able to get out on a rally on a much. So if we even scroll a little bit further, so we can see where we currently are sitting today, we'll see that. Can you scroll across a little bit so we can see further?
I don't know how to do that here.
That's right. That's right. But we see that green line that's now underneath 59.
Mhm.
That's going to be where the new take profit is. So basically, what we're doing, and look, this is the unique thing about, and this is why we trade Bitcoin specifically, is that you're talking about, the market's falling and you're buying. Yeah, there we go. So that's where we are right now. So we're looking to hit that green line. But yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
we're right here. Mhm.
but what we're doing, remember, is we're buying more Bitcoin. We're not buying more Japanese yen that's collapsing against the dollar. We're buying an asset that we actually don't mind buying more at a cheaper price. Yeah. So as you can see here, we're on a rally here and we're taking the profit. So we're able to bring down the average price, bring down our take profit margin, and then get out on the rally there. So yeah, as you can see, so everything was executed completely 100% hands off, right?
Right, absolutely. I mean, I've just been watching it like a hawk, but all I do is cross my arms and drink some coffee, because it really is amazing. Every single day that Minotaur system has operated in my computer, it has made money. Being a flat day, being a bad day,
Yeah.
being a decent day, because we haven't had any very good days recently
No,
in the
we haven't actually.
weeks. But it's been horizontal for a couple of days, and it's been downright bearish for a few days, and
Yeah.
it even makes money on a bear day. Just a little opportunity that it has to go up. It's
Yeah.
average. It's low enough that it makes money.
And the irony is that we actually make more money when the market's bearish because we bring more volume into the trade. You haven't
Uh,
seen the market when the market rips. We're making money just off every base order. So there's lots of little of little bits of income. But if we have the market becomes bearish and we manage to pick up 7, 8, 9, 10 orders, that's when we get a big payout, and that can happen very quickly, especially when you're trading Bitcoin.
I start shaking in my boots after it buys 4 times on a downhill run, but it's proven to me so far that it's very well thought out and very well programmed. Costas, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So I guess you can close your screen now if you want, because we've got that. Let me ask you another question. A lot of people, when they get on calls with us, they sometimes think that this is something that has to replace what they're doing, but it's not about that at all, is it? This is something that you can just set up on the side and keep doing what you're doing, whether it's trading stocks or mining or running a business or spending time with your family. This is just sitting there in the background, requires no management. You don't have to watch it. We set it up safely from the beginning, so it doesn't require maintenance. Just talk us through kind of that. Like, is it, how does it fit into your life running the system?
Yeah, that's a great point, because when I first set it up with Fernando, one of your programmers, he just flat out asked me, what percentage of risk do you want to take? And I said, no, basically none. Of course,
Correct.
there is not a none in any business, but
Yeah.
we ran a scenario that was very conservative because that is my cold storage for my mining, and I've been
Yeah.
mining for a few years, and I don't want to risk that money. I don't want to lose it. If I want to go play in the market and I want to do some scalping like I do, I
Yeah.
play around with some other money, but it's not Bitcoin. It's US dollars that I'm playing with.
Yeah.
So if Bitcoin goes up, which is what I'm counting on, I miss that boat. I'm playing around with something
Yeah.
else. And here I have my Bitcoin backing up this operations. It's not selling the Bitcoin itself.
Um,
And if we keep it, because you can do this higher risk. I'm assuming you can
yeah.
program it to do higher risk, but I do very low risk, and it's been doing incredibly well. I mean, the money that's put into the operations for the last 2 weeks has made 5%. That's just
That's perfect.
amazing for us.
That's
You know,
perfect.
I do have it back it up with a little bit more money. So overall, it's made
Yeah.
2%. Yeah, 2% in 2 weeks. I don't make that mining.
No.
It's really, truly amazing. And it's just my cold storage that's been sitting around.
That's fantastic. It's yeah, you're taking advantage of one of the exchanges that we're able to actually post the Bitcoin that we're holding as collateral in order to
Mhm.
execute on the trade. So effectively what you're doing is you have got a double upside because as Bitcoin appreciates, you're going to be making returns on the Bitcoin going up, but you're
Mhm.
also getting like a daily yield effectively from that Bitcoin in trading profits.
Yeah, and it's not even staking it because
No.
I can close it and sell it if I have to. If
Yeah.
if all of a sudden I have some emergency that I need to sell that Bitcoin out, it's right there. So it's just backing up the operation.
And
It's
then
really
and that yeah, sorry. And that's another thing for you to confirm is that you haven't sent us any funds at all, have you? If the money is 100% in your control.
absolutely, yep.
Yep. So talk us through about the setup process, basically. Like, how does it work? Just so people can see how much in control you are. All we're doing essentially is giving you access to our code, to our software, and then just showing you how to connect the dots to your exchange, right?
Yeah, one of your programmers, Fernando, walked me through it, and he actually did the whole setup. But he said, we work with different exchanges. I work one of them is Bybit, which I'm happy with, and
Yep.
apparently you guys like Bybit quite a bit. So he
Yep.
said, here's my account in Bybit, and here's what I have. So he ran the parameters, and he decided to set it up with certain margins, which I think in my case is 40%. So the
Yep.
market can drop down 40% without any risk.
Yep.
And through my account in Bybit, and we ran another account which I didn't have, which is called Wonder
Uh,
Trading.
Yeah, so that's some software that we use that connects the API. We're actually, which is really exciting. I haven't told you, but we're going to be releasing our own version
Ah,
of software, which we're going to be plugging in to our algorithms, which is going to be a really cool release for 2025. But we'll come back to that.
yeah, Fernando told me there was something new coming up, which
Yeah,
is also very good because it keeps your accounting for you.
it does.
So the trading is done in Bybit, and you can see that
Yep,
physically every day. You see when it buys and you see when it sells, and you just cross your arms. But the other program that's keeping the accounting, it's keeping tabs on how
yep,
much money you've been making on each operation, and then
yep,
on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. So that's also easy for the accounting because then the end of the month comes and you're not sure how much you made, and this is
yep.
very easy. You can just put it down, for your personal accounting, or if you have an accountant that works for you, he can look at this. So the setup, you cannot do it on your own. You need one of your programmers to do the setup.
That's our support team. Yeah,
But he asked you about what parameters you want. I want to be very careful and very non-risk in my
yep,
investment. So Fernando did this. He set it up, and then once he left, I just started watching how it was buying and selling and making me money
correct.
every day.
Now, we always tell people our target is anywhere between 2 to 5% a month. We like to aim for 5% per month. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. But as someone in your position, like, what are your thoughts on if the system in the long term can generate you 3, 4, 5% per month? What would you consider that?
That's better than my mining cost us. I mean, and I've thought about this. I go, come on, how many Bitcoin do I have invested in machines that
Yeah.
are in Russia that are
Yeah.
way out of my control? Of
Yeah.
course, in this business, you learn to trust people, but my machines are with somebody that I have not met except over the internet,
Yes.
and I don't even have a contract with some of these hosts.
Yeah.
So I have some machines in Texas, some machines
Yeah.
in Siberia, and maybe my next buy is going to be into Bitcoin instead of into mining machines because this is making me more than the
Yeah.
mining itself.
Well, this is
So
the thing because we're earning this yield, and we've got no depreciation, we've got no energy costs, we've got no overheads, and another thing as well, you don't even have to run this a VPS. Like this is running just on a web browser, so you don't even have to have your computer on all day to run our system, do you?
exactly, it runs from the cloud, so I can
Yeah.
shut it at night. I shut my computer off, and then I come back in the morning and see how much more money it made me. So it's really been terrific. It really is a terrific invention that you and your programmers have made here, Costas.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Well, it was great talking to you. Thank you so much. And if anyone's listening and they're interested, just use the link below the video, book a call with our team, have a chat, have a demo, and maybe it'll be you one day in this position, having a talk with me and saying how good it is.
Thank you, Costa. Yeah, this is something that is not an easy sell. I will tell you that because a lot of people, if they're not high into tech, it's for them very difficult to believe. And it's very difficult for people to believe that you have such a system and you're not keeping it to yourself. This is what is amazing. Very, very few people, they look at this and they trust it because it's so amazing. It's very difficult for people to believe you, but it's working, and I'm proof of that.
So what would you say to those people?
Give it a try. Just
Yeah.
you you don't have to invest millions of dollars into a system that I'm sure it has cost millions of dollars to come with the system. So give it a try. You really have not much to lose and a lot to gain, and you will be convinced. If not in the first day, I guarantee you'll be convinced in the first week.
Awesome. All right.
It's that amazing.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We'll leave it at that then. Thanks a lot. It was great talking to you.
Thank you, Costa. Great meeting you.